Let's get the mic to Pastor Jones.
Pastor, oh yes, you have a lot of guys that are coming up in church as pastors that are single. I'm not single. I can't. I'm going to ask you, what are you doing and how are you doing it to be able to remain single for so long and not slip and not mess up? You know, like, I've never have gone a week. My wife gave birth and we had to figure stuff out. What is the strength that you pull from? Because I understand after you minister, you study, you do church, you do flights don't fly after midnight. And so what happens when at 12-ish, what are you like? I need to know what that is, because and I think a generation of young men that's coming up in the ministry that keep slipping and falling because we're not making it. That's a strength, and maybe it's in that Fiji water that you drink it. I don't know, and I'm not trying to be, because I respect what you do, but that 16 years and 17 years. Please tell us how do you be creative and not? And I'm not trying. I don't know if there are kids in here, so I don't want to say that.
I think that you have quite eloquently and redundantly.
I'm trying not to go there, Bishop.
There are a couple of things. One is, I never said I haven't made a mistake. One, I have never said that I haven't made a mistake in 22 years of being single and divorced. I never said that. Never said that. I will say the same process that goes for you in making your confessions, and you do not put your confessions out in the mainstream. Confession is something you do private, and you pray that whoever you confess to prays for you and leaves it like that. So I've never said I've never made a mistake in 22 years of being divorced and single. Never said that. But I will say this, that everybody's libido is not the same. All of us don't have the same libidinous drive.
Pastor?
There are different libidinous drives.
You're talking to real men.
No, listen to me. Yes, sir. Every man does not have the same libido. Every woman does not have the same drive. Now, one of the problems with us is that we assume that everybody is feeling the same way we are feeling, and that's why so many men have disappointed so many women, because you haven't studied to see what level she's on. Now, you cannot judge every man by your libido.
Can you bring my mic back?
We got to wrap it. We have to wrap.
Okay, can I say this? There is not one kid, no kids in here.
Yeah.
Reverend, just say it.
Okay,
you can talk about any subject.
I know you're saying libido or whatever. Libido. Okay, cool. I'm gonna call it sex drive. Everybody in here, at one time, it comes on.
No question.
And I'm asking, and you didn't answer the question. I'm asking you, what did you do and what are you doing so that we can help us avoid falling into these pits? What are you doing?
How old are you?
Me, I got a wife. So
How old are you?
Me, I'm 30-something.
Okay, good. I happen to have been married when I was 30-something. And one of the reasons why I think I'm single and divorced is because my wife, my ex-wife, did not have my sex drive. I don't have to be a rocket scientist to say that everybody does not have the same degree of sex drive or libidinous, vehement, ebullient stress. We all are different. There's no question about it. We all are different. But I will tell you this. lady came to me once as a pastor and said to me, Pastor, I want you to pray for me that the Lord will take the way I feel away from me. I said, okay, so I come and I pray for you that he takes the way you feel from you. What if you find somebody and you have had God to take away the way you feel? I guess you'll come back to me and say, now pray for me that the Lord return it. And I said, well, what happens if my first prayer was more anointed than my second one and you end up not getting it back? None of us wants to lose our sex drive. Yeah. We just want to be able to manage.
Pastor, what are you doing? You're not answering my question. What are you doing?
I work.
So he ain't gonna answer.
I work. I work. And part of why I run so much and part of why I stay so busy is because I don't worry about Noel Jones 95% of the time. 95% of the time, Noel Jones is cool. 5% of the time, I have to deal with how I feel. And as I said before, I have not said that in 22 years, I have not made mistakes.
All right. We're going to, this is good stuff. This was great. This is fantastic, right?